Hi there, I'm Russ and welcome to GFN Gaming. So today I'm going to be doing something new, which is always fun. I'm starting a narrative campaign with the kill team rules, with a few house rules and a few custom missions thrown in for good measure. There'll be a smattering of different teams in the campaign, so it won't just be the same teams throwing down, there'll be a mix of factions and different team sizes from the elite teams to the hordes.
Your mother's a horde. Tough crowd.
I wanted the narrative campaign to feel distinctly different to the other types of games that I do and will still do, so I tried to make it a lot more immersive. That being said, I would like some feedback from you guys in order to make this as good as possible. If you see someone comment that they would like something, if you could throw a like on their comment so I can better judge things people are wanting to see. How these reports will differ to the normal ones, for example, is that they won't have any dice rolls or they won't show the dice rolls. It also won't show the same tactical overlays or any arms moving the miniatures in the overhead views to give it an overall more immersive feel. The idea is to continue doing the normal battle reports, which will have all of that in, and then to have these more narrative games alongside the normal type of battle reports, if people are enjoying the format. With your feedback, I can look to adapt and improve the narrative games if people want to see different types of games on the channel, that is. Anyway, the working title for this campaign is Big Trouble in Little 40k, and as much as I want to keep it, I'm going to go for something a little more sinister to match the mood of the campaign. It is very much something new, so you'll either enjoy it or you won't. Those are the options.
On the planet Thea 7 in the Ventress system, a recent disruption in supply lines has fed the fires of rebellion. The working classes are clashing with local militia. Protests have turned violent, and rumors of a new cult are rife. Guardsmen patrol the slums, eager to restore order.
I don't like this, Sarge. It's too quiet. Feels like we're being watched. There's nothing out there. Just the dark and the cold. Where are all the protesters? I thought we were supervising a march. Change of orders. CO wants our prisons filled in the slums. Show of force and all that. Well, she should drop and come down here then. Good luck. Drock. It's getting bad here, Sarge. This is the slums, Geordie. Bad is where it starts.
We are ready, my master. Your subjects await your orders.
He has blessed us. Give the order.
Our salvation approaches. Kill them. Get on the comms. Call for backup. Comms are dead. Well then, drop in fire.
In this narrative mission, there is only one objective for the Astra Militarum. They must get at least one operative off this board edge to make it to the comms relay and warn others of the uprising. The Genestealer cult must stop them. The objective markers here just divide the game board into specific zones. XP will be awarded for kills as usual, and in the absence of TAC ops for this intro mission, each surviving operative will gain 2 XP should their team achieve its objective. Each team was given one item from their team's options. The Imperial Guard Sergeant has a medkit, and the cult leader will have a flash visor. So without further ado, let's move into the first turn. Caught out of position in hostile territory, the guardsmen are immediately at a disadvantage. The forces of the cult, split into 2 groups, will have the opportunity on a 4+ to make an immediate overwatch attack. The heavy gunner armed with the heavy stubber and 2 of the neophyte hybrid troopers with autoguns end up making overwatch fire early. This neophyte hybrid will target the sniper gunner with his overwatch. This neophyte targets the sergeant, and the heavy stubber will try and take out the plasma gunner with his overwatch. Bullets rain down on the guardsman. The only injury made, however, is to the plasma gunner as he is taken out by the heavy stubber. The cult has the initiative and moves their grenade launcher up to fire. The explosion engulfs 5 of the guardsmen, injuring 2 and killing another. 2 guardsmen lie dead before they've had a chance to react. The sniper gunner takes aim and fires his rifle at a neophyte trooper. Taking him out of action, he will then dash through this window to get some cover, all whilst remaining in the conceal order. Moving out to get a better angle, this neophyte trooper will fire at the sergeant, getting some hits through and taking the sergeant down to only 2 wounds remaining. With his mind on the mission, the sergeant will stagger into cover and use his medkit, getting double 6s, taking him back to full health. With the sergeant and the sniper now making a break for the objective, the heavy gunner will once again fire, using fusillade to divide his shots, targeting both of the guardsmen beneath him. In a lethal volley, the heavy gunner manages to cut through both guardsmen, taking his kill tally up to 3. Injured and suddenly alone in the backfields, the comms guardsman needs to remove the grenade launcher if his comrades are to have any chance at reaching the extraction site. A volley from his lasgun plinks off a few wounds, but it's not enough. In order to tie him up, the comms specialist charges into the enemy. He might survive if they get turned to initiative, but combat is not where an injured guardsman wants to be. Using Cult Ambush allows the neophyte to change into the engage order and stalk forward into flamer range. A gout of searing hot promethium blisters the skin of the sergeant and sniper, their faith in the Emperor renewed as they live through the ordeal, but only just. At the end of the first turn, only 3 of the guardsmen remain on the battlefield and none are uninjured. Turn 2 now, and the guardsmen take the initiative and the sniper gunner takes aim at the flamer. Gets a crit, dealing mortal wounds, and the rest of the shots go through, taking the flamer out of action. He's then going to dash forward, still in conceal. The neophyte leader sees a chance to take a high-stakes prisoner and moves up to fire his web pistol at the heavily injured sergeant. With only 2 wounds remaining, the sergeant is easily taken out of action and the cult have a new prisoner. It's now just the comm specialist and the sniper left alive for the guardsman, and the comm specialist will now strike in combat. Outmatched in combat and the comm specialist is taken out, however he has at least injured the neophyte. Hopelessly outnumbered on the battlefield, the sniper looks around at the encircling forces of the cult as the neophyte icon bearer moves into the open to fire. Bullets slam into the brickwork and debris around him, but the sniper is not hit. The remaining neophyte hybrids move forward looking for lines of sight on the last guardsman. With little to no hope left for the guardsman, we move into turn 3.
There's nothing out there, just the dark and the cold.
Can you get a lock on their position?
Hello? Is someone out there? This is Fire Team Bravo reporting cult activity. Heavy losses, need immediate assistance. Copy? Copy? Draken, come in.
Found them!
Stand down, guardsmen. We'll take it from here. Sisters, cleanse these mutants of their sin.
The enemy has been reinforced. We need assistance.
And you will have it. Prepare for the Ascended ones.
The Ascended? Our enemies will witness perfection. I need to report this to command. Long-range comms are down, but there's an outpost not far from here.
Once we have purged these mutants, we will escort you to the comms relay, guardsmen.
What the drunken hell was that?
Xenos.
The Ascended are with us. Our salvation is at hand. Brothers, sisters, come. We march to victory.
Make for the comms relay, guardsmen. This foe is beyond you now. Sisters, we walk in the light of the Emperor, and shall not let a single foe stay us from our duty. To the end.
The sisters will come onto a random board edge and they get Zone 6. They all had the option to fire Overwatch on a 4+, but none of them get it. Racing to the guardsman's aid, a fire team of battle sisters led by a sister superior burst onto the battlefield and engage the cult troops. However, as they appear on the battlefield, an altogether more deadly foe is not far behind. Again, using random deployment, the Genestealer fire team will appear in Battle Zone 4. The Genestealer fire team tears into the battlefield. Each will be getting a free dash action on the roll of a 4+, and these 3 Genestealers are successful and they move ever closer. The Imperium will get the initiative, but it quickly becomes apparent that for the guardsmen to survive, the sisters will need to draw fire. The sister superior charges recklessly into the neophyte leader, slicing him in twain with no effort, however leaving herself wide open to counterattack. Looking to take out the last guardsman and cement their victory, the neophyte with grenade launcher fires at the sniper gunner. Taking no damage, the neophyte then charges, hoping to tie him up in the midboard. A heavy bolter barks out a chorus as the heavy gunner battle sister fires at the heavy gunner neophyte and blasts him clean off the board.
Protect the guardsman! We must buy him time!
A Genestealer charges into the sister superior, who inflicts some damage but is ultimately taken out of action by the Genestealer in combat. The battle sister gunner fires on the icon bearer with her storm bolter, but it isn't enough to take him out of action. The Genestealers press forward as the sisters once again aim at the icon bearer, this time incapacitating him. The Genestealers continue to press forward as the sisters try to take them out with bolter fire. Unable to kill the Genestealer, the sister moves forward. This Genestealer races forward, eager to engage the battle sisters in combat. Surrounded by cultists and Xenos, the lone guardsman can see the sisters ahead and disengages, racing towards their protective lines and the objective. If this Genestealer is removed, the guardsman can still complete the objective. This Genestealer will join the others racing towards the Stormbolter gunner. Seeing the guardsman flee in combat, the neophyte hybrid dashes forward, levels his autogun and fires as the guardsman flees. Scoring a solid shot through the meat of the guardsman's leg, he doesn't kill him, however has left him too injured now to make the extraction zone. Now unable to make the objective, the sniper gunner decides to take a stand and gun down the injured Genestealer, bearing down on him. Unable to even dent the carapace, the gunner then decides to run, dashing past the line of sisters. With a roar, this Genestealer shifts into an aggressive stance and charges into the sister, rending claws shredding through power armor and slicing the sister into ribbons. The sisters once again fire into the Genestealer in the center, taking wounds off it but are unable to kill it. Looking to protect the guardsman, the sister then charges into the nearby Genestealer, locking it in combat. The Genestealers approaching the Storm Gunner move into an aggressive stance and pounce forward. Slamming into combat, the Genestealer's rending claws slice through the power armor with ease, taking the sister out of action. With the sisters thin on the ground, the heavy bolter barks once again, targeting the injured Genestealer, this time taking it out of action. The neophyte gunner moves forward, firing a grenade at the heavy gunner, but her power armor holds true as she unleashes a volley of Overwatch into the nearby Genestealer, but fails to hit. The Genestealers are closing in on the heavy bolter, and this neophyte trooper moves out to take a shot at the sniper, but this time fails to hit. Here in the clash of combat, the last Genestealer leaps onto the back of this sister, tearing her to the ground with the aid of its monstrous kin, taking her out of action. That's the end of the last turn, and the Genestealer cult and their ascended allies have stalled the Imperial forces long enough for their presence on the planet to go unreported, giving them the upper hand in the next engagement.
A great day, a momentous day, the first victory of many on our way to liberation and ascension. The Imperium of Man has no idea that we are risen. We shall strike down our foes and wipe them from the face of Tier 7, from its tallest spires to its furthest depths. Our cult is strong, as is our faith. Soon we will be ready. Soon we will march. Soon the Imperium of Man falls. I want a full report. Do we know how strong the garrison is?
We will know soon enough, sire. We recovered some prisoners from the battle. Some guardsmen survived.
They survived the Ascended. Very well. Take me to these prisoners. I shall know what they know.